You're watching TVC Breakfast. It's time for us to look at the headlines across Nigerian newspapers, and I have with me my regulars. Dario Odufowokan is here with me in the studio. Dario, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Great. And on Zoom from Abuja is Ify Onyegbule, Honorable Ify Onyegbule. Good morning, Ify.
Oh my God! Good morning, gentlemen.
I know you have been so busy with the summit that you are attending in the last few days. I've been seeing a lot of pictures and following what you're doing there. Really amazing.
Yes. Okay, some people brought media persons together. The idea is to find better ways to report issues having to do with persons living with disability.
Okay. All right.
Then we should take out the living from it.
All right, no problem. We'll certainly talk about this subsequently as we get along. Now, let's begin with Nigerian Tribune. Nigerian Tribune says, Senate to Buhari declare bandits as terrorists. 30 feared killed in Niger. Kaduna shuts down telecom services, bans motorcycles. That's Nigerian Tribune. Okay. Then Daily Sun is next, and it says, Senate asks Buhari to declare bandits terrorists. Calls for total war against gunmen. Mauls 1 trillion naira for security agencies as annual budget. Ex-FCT Minister Ewuga kidnapped, rescued. All right, all this on the front page of Daily Sun. Okay, we'll certainly be talking about this. Daily Trust is next, and it says, Senate to Buhari declare bandits as terrorists, bomb all their locations, decision long overdue. The ex-DIG saying this, policemen missing as bandits abduct 27 in Sokoto state, Sokoto community. Really troubling. All right, that's Daily Trust. From there, let's go to Daily Times. Daily Times says, declare bandits terrorists, Senate tells Buhari. That's Daily Times. There are calls for total war against bandits, including bombing their locations. Okay, that's Daily Times. Blueprint newspaper says, declare bandits terrorists, Senate tells Buhari. All right, that's Blueprint. Calls for total war against gunmen, and so killed 500 killed in Sokoto within 2 months. 50,000 flee to Niger Republic. It's really troubling. That's Blueprint. Daily Independent is next, saying the same thing. Senate to Buhari declare bandits terrorists, wage total war. That's what Daily Independent has here. From there, let's go to Leadership. Leadership newspaper. It says, hours after senators' damning verdict, bandits kill 30 in Niger. Hours after senators' damning verdict, bandits kill 30 in Niger. Troubling. This Nigeria is next, and it says, Anambra's Black Day. So sad, tragic. How gunmen murdered Dora Kunyili's husband. Killed police orderly, 4 others. Obiano places 20 million naira bounty as Ohaneze others react. And IPOB distances itself from the killing. It was really a sad news when that filtered in. Vanguard newspaper is next. Killings in Southeast. Rage, despair trailed murder of Akunyili, 8 others by gunmen. How Akunyili, husband of late ex-NAFDAC boss, 8 others were killed in Onitsha, a suburb. Igbo nation under siege with too many killings, Ohaneze laments, and so many other riders there. That's the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, from there, let's go to the Nation newspaper. It says, Rufai notes governors not against power shift in 2023. We abhor the language of South governors. Politics is about negotiation, horse trading. That is what he's saying. That's the Nation newspaper. The Guardian is next. Judges in South Africa, Ghana earn 3 times higher than Nigerian colleagues. Nigeria's judicial officers among least paid globally. Okay, that's a document by African Development Bank. Oh, no, African Bar Association. The appeal court president's salary equivalent to that of research fellow at NILDS. All right, all that in the judiciary. That's the Guardian newspaper. The Punch says federal government revokes 5,793 mining licenses in 6 years. Operators blame insecurity. Revoked licenses not used. Operators failed to start mining, says ministry official. And miners shunning mining sites because of kidnappers. An insurgents association of miners saying this. All right, that's the Punch. First News is next, and it says on Odufowokan, EFCC case as the court stops retrial. On Odufowokan, EFCC case as court stops retrial. Okay, that's First News. Business Day says COVID-19 wipes out $5.5 billion from value of Africa's top brands. Okay, that from there, let's go to National Economy. Hacking, poor internet access, top corners as CBN launches e-Naira tomorrow. National Economy says hacking, poor internet access, top corners as CBN launches e-Naira tomorrow. Okay, or concerns, top concerns rather. Okay, now let's move to News Direct. All right, News Direct said Buhari removes Awalu, nominates Farouk Ahmed on NPRA board. Okay, that's the News Direct. All right, those are some of the issues, but let's get into the story that is most prominent on major and on most of the newspapers this morning. Dari, let me start with you here. Senate asks Buhari to declare bandits terrorists. Okay, this is a reaction that a lot of Nigerians certainly would like to hear. But declaring bandits terrorists, what difference does it really make from, what the thing is?
It's going to make a lot of difference.
Okay.
It will make a whole lot of difference. And you recall that this is something I've been passionate about. Nomenclatures matters in things like this.
Okay.
We all understand that the military itself will move more speedily, more with more seriousness, with more firepower, if they are told in clear terms, you are going after terrorists. Nobody goes after somebody who is armed with a broomstick. So we expect now that those technicalities, those caution, those international and other rules and regulations guiding exchanges on war front or in conflicts that have been keeping men from going all out.
The rules of engagement, like
the rules of engagement that they call them, can now be put aside the moment the country declares these people as terrorists, who should be dealt with as terrorists. And of course, it's what we've been talking about for a long time. But in this part of the world, we have many names for the same thing. For me, it should not stop at declaring the bandits as terrorists alone. The perpetrators of the killings in the southeast should be declared as terrorists. It's becoming unbearable. Look at the life just wasted. Dr. Akunyili. The wife served this country meritoriously. He left his base to go and receive an award on behalf of this same woman, and he was cut down in his prime. And today we are talking about he was killed by unknown gunmen. It's an insult to his person. It's an insult to all of us as Nigerians. So it is a good move by the National Assembly, the Senate precisely, but it's coming pretty late.
Okay.
It's a belated move.
All right.
And I hope that, because this is not the final, the president would have to put his assent to this. So I hope he will do that speedily too.
Okay. Well, it's one thing for the president, for the Senate to make this request. It's another thing for the president to act upon it. All right, Ify, let me come to you here. I know you've been following, declaring bandits terrorists. Dari says it's going to make a whole lot of difference because it is going to change the approach of government, is going to change the approach of the security agencies because terrorism is the focal point here. What do you make of this?
I want to agree with Dari a bit, saying that it's going to make a lot of difference. But you ask yourself the question, the same government that has been dilly-dallying, foot-dragging on this issue, how do you think that's going to happen? Even when it happens, do you also think that the approach that Dari talked about dealing with the issues, do you think it is going to change? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. And we also need to guard against this idea of stereotyping. Remember when it used to be, when anything goes off or happens in any part of the country, you hear the words Fulani herdsmen. Barry was talking and saying that they should also declare those who are perpetrating killings in the southeast, declare them terrorists also. And I'm saying, look, it wouldn't be wise for anyone to begin to put a tab on who did what, as it is, talking about the latest killing that happened, which actually shook the nation as it is. So for me, I'm thinking that government should take everything, look at it at its full value, decide what it's going to be, so that it's not like you're looking at these ones and saying, look, they are not terrorists, they're just bandits, and you're looking at others and saying these people are terrorists. For people who don't have a value for life, for people who don't know what it is to even create a life, and they can take it away at a snap of a finger, I think government should come down hard, so that those who do things like this are able to face the music that they've decided to play for themselves. It is sad what it is that's happening. It is now left at the doorstep of the government. And who's the government? It's just you and I. These people have brothers, they have parents, they have relatives and all of that. Are we in that climb where people come out to say, look, I know who did this. Look at what's happening in Anambra State. The governor has said, look, we're putting this X amount of money out for anyone who will give us the information about how to track down the people who have been troubling the region. Is that ever going to happen? There's trouble in Nigeria, and we must find a way to quell the fire before it burns all of us out.
Okay. Now, Dari, the point there is the Senate is also calling for the bombing of the locations and bases of terrorists. Of course, we've heard so many, some governors, even some leaders have come to say that, of course, that Nigerian security agencies know where the location of these things are. In fact, there was a time they came announced to Nigerians that names of people who are behind it are known. In fact, they said they had close to about 400 names at the time. Now, if that is to be carried out, bombing their bases and all of that, which an average Nigerian would say, yes, of course, it's a good thing, but you also know that there are people who have been kidnapped and who are in their custody as it is. Bombing their bases, wouldn't it jeopardize the lives of those who are under kidnap?
You must understand that the people in the Senate are not military experts. But they are there to make laws and to make suggestions to the presidency. That's what they've done. It is now left for the experts to sieve from these suggestions and implement in appropriate manners. Talking about bombing the locations, I don't see anything wrong in that directive or in that call. It is swift, it is necessary. Before now, it will be difficult to bomb locations of bandits and mere lawless people. But the moment we say they are terrorists, then we have to go after them whichever way we can bring them to book or send them to hell. And if we talk about people who are with them, we must understand that that's something we must pay serious attention to. And I know that the military experts knows how to go about that. A major also was kidnapped at the NDA. They found a way of bringing him out and exterminating the perpetrators. From the report we had, majority of those who were killed. So let us apply this. It took time, but it was done. A lot of other people are in custody. They've been kidnapped. Let us apply the same zeal, the same determination with which certain people were, rescued. Let's apply the same thing. An American was kidnapped, or some Americans, I can't recall. America came in here with their forces, picked their men or man, and we were only told later that they did that. Meaning these things can be done. And after picking those people, bomb the remnants. They are terrorists. They are people who have declared war on their own country. As long as we still have a nation, as long as we still have a country, I have no issue with you demanding for your own country. I have no problem with you asking for freedom. It is allowed all over the world. But don't go about it in a manner that threatens the peace of those who feel they want to remain in that country. And that was why I said, make this a blanket declaration. We should not excuse anybody. There is no point excusing any of these perpetrators. We will only be, cutting, our nose to spite our head. It will be a funny thing. A bandit killing in Niger, and a criminal killing in the southeast in Igbo land. What's the difference? They are taking lives, human lives, that they do not either constitutionally or morally or religiously have the right to take. And then for whatever reason you declare that, and then when we begin to listen to the governor of Anambra State saying 20 million naira for those who can, and I just laugh, because it's unfortunate that we want to reduce that dastard killing to a jamboree. We have 20 million. We're searching for who will give us information. Who? A civilian? This is something we should officially hand over to those who should know. Fish out these people, and we want them. When the NDA and the military top echelon decided that we want to get our major back, they did. They did, at whatever cost or price.
So you think the capacity is never in question?
It is never a question. It is the approach and the dedication and our usual political will to get these things done.
All right. Now, if the Senate is also looking at the possibility of earmarking about 1 trillion naira for security agencies as annual budget. Some people have said, okay, that would be a good thing. Others have said, well, the point there is throwing monies at this thing is not the only solution and not the final solution to the issues against security. I wonder what you make of this anyway.
All the amounts, all the monies that have been voted to fight security in Nigeria, can anyone give us an idea or put a tab on what it is that has happened, year in, year out? We keep hearing monies voted to fight security, monies voted or given to security agencies to fight what it is that's bedeviling this nation, yet nothing happens. I want to stand on the side of those who are looking at it to say, look, it's just going to be the same old music. It's not just about throwing money. The idea is to do what is right. Dari just talked about the will. Do you have the political will? Because you cannot say that a country as big as Nigeria, you pride yourself as the giant of Africa. But when you look at it, do we take out the first 2 letters of the giants and look at it, that you've actually become the ant of Africa? Because you have internal crisis that has been raging for God knows how long, and you've not been able to make head or tail out of it. I know some will come out to say, look, this is exactly what it is. That you can't just fight it overnight. Well, that just happened. This is Nigeria. But then we have to continue. You can't just fight it overnight, but something truly needs to be done. Yeah, we might not say don't give the money or don't vote this money to these people who are fighting insecurity, fighting bandits, fighting terrorists in Nigeria. There are so many wars on different fronts that Nigeria is fighting internally. And I'm asking the question, what if there is an external aggression? If you're not able to quell the kind of troubles that you have internally, how do you ward off external aggression? So much needs to be done. And I'm hoping that hands will be on the plow, or hands will be on the deck as it is, as 2023 stares us in the face, because it's not looking like it's ever going to get better as we move forward or as we inch close to the election. But I think that government truly needs to wake up. The security agencies have to wake up to their responsibility because Nigerians are truly tired of what it is that's going on.
Okay. Well, Darius, we round off. The point there is the security agencies, like you said, their capacity and ability and professional skill have never been in question. Yeah, but one way or the other, Nigerians have been complaining of the security challenges since the last 10 years, or even a little more than that, from Boko Haram to kidnapping and bandits and herdsmen and all of that. Ify just said that it looks like it's not going to be better anytime soon. But if we have to take that step, I believe that the security agencies wouldn't even have to wait for the president to give them marching orders before they know what to do, or even the Senate giving them a mandate or, calling on them to do this before they know what to do. What do you make of all of this?
Let's just be optimistic. Because we've been bullied and battered for years over this. We've been bullied and battered, and nobody expected that the uprising, as it became known a couple of years after it started in the Northeast, that was the word, uprising, will become a full-blown war that it is today. That is even having the hands of mercenaries and Islamic fighters from as far away as Iraq. They've been fingered in what is happening in the Northeast. Mercenaries from Mali, from Morocco, from name it. And we begin to wonder, how did we allow this to escalate this much with the kind of fighting force we have? That aside, we are seeing what is happening in the Northwest. It started as a banditry, cattle rustling, kidnapping. It's also now a full-blown war. Military installations are now being attacked in the Northwest. The NDA is a good example. Policemen are now being kidnapped along with civilians. That happened yesterday. And then it's staring us in the face again. Then you go to the Southeast.
All right.
You see these things. So in essence, one can only pray that with every move by the government, something good will happen
come out
to give us the needed respite.
All right.
So let's just be optimistic.
Okay. We are at the verge of prayer and optimism one way or the other. It's okay. Thank you very much, Dario Odufowokan, for coming on the program. All right. Honorable Ify Onyegbule, thank you so much for your time on the program.
Thank you for having me. And this is to say happy 61st to every Nigerian. This is the only country that we have to call our own. And we must do what we can to put her back on track.
We have to. Yeah. Thank you so much. Happy Independence.
Being alive.
Exactly. Happy Independence in advance. Thank you.